campaign has played out, you would not be surprised if our victory tallies goes into 10 different riders at the end of this 25-lap battle.
Lights out in Portugal, a very good start actually from Fabio Quartararo and Alex Rins as well. What an appalling start. Mir up the inside of Marquez, and there's contact.
That's some early payback for yesterday.
Miller, is he going to take wheelie off the line? He's lost a whole bunch of places from that second row starting fifth. Quartararo's mired mid-pack now. Vinales out the seat on that climb through turn 4 as he chases grip very early on. Jack Miller's attacking Franco Morbidelli down course in Valencia too.
They don't want to let Miguel Oliveira get away early on because he's got some great rhythm. Cal Crutchlow at the moment is in fourth.
Rubs the bike, he's going to be racing next year. Pol Espargaro, that was aggressive up the inside of Stefan Bradl. Needs to be aggressive though. Moves.
Both the Suzukis have made excellent headway. Rins is up to 6th place and Joan Mir is up to 13th on this opening lap.
Morbidelli to Jack Miller's Pramac Ducati. What a last lap battle it was between those two in Valencia 7 days ago.
Mir's just for the home rider. He is going to lead across the line for the first lap. 24 to go. Perfect start.
Second place. Cal Crutchlow there started fourth. He's held on to that fourth place at the end of the first lap. Alex Rins picked up.
He's hurt his arm here.
It looks like he's
in terrible pain.
Yeah, looks like he's got a dead leg, a dead arm or something there.
Dropped back down to 20th. What's happened to the world champion?
Quartararo regrouped after a really sluggish start. Got a big wheelie.
So there's Quartararo ahead of Vinales, Zarco and Rins. Rins at the moment then in 10th. That would not be good enough.
Was he involved with Pecco Bagnaia maybe? Who knows? Who knows? We'll try and find out exactly what happened to the pair of them.
Who was that wide? That was Tito Rabat. So Mir's made up one place on his good mate.
Pressure on home soil at the moment. Is he Miguel Oliveira? His advantage now is over a second. Pecco Bagnaia.
This one. There is Mir. Is he about to hit? Yes, he is. He hits Johan Zarco and almost crashes.
Just trying to get a little bit too eager up the inside of Zarco. Zarco up the inside now of Maverick Vinales.
That puts Stefan Bradl into the top 5 now. Excellent work from the Repsol Honda man.
He was the top qualifier this morning. Oh no.
It's gone horribly wrong for Brad Binder, I'm afraid. It looks like he's just asked too much of it. He had
this man on the circuit by a mile. 1:40.09, one from your race leader. 7 tenths, nearly 8 tenths
in the battle for second place. We do not know what is going to happen 3/4 of the way through this race either in terms of
the grid. Oliveira, Morbidelli, Miller and Crutchlow, they all started in those positions and that's exactly where they are right now.
And once again the only Yamaha rider posing any sort of threat is Franco Morbidelli. Oliveira 39.9 across the
ladder in 2015, so maybe a little bit of payback coming the way of the British rider here.
He's close, isn't he? Is he going to have a look in cramped? Does this circuit look when these beasts are on it?
Yeah, the first sector in particular looks very grouping up and ganging up behind Zarco at the moment. Zarco's speed like a 40.9 ahead of him.
Looking back now from Fabio Quartararo to Maverick Vinales next year. Alex Rins is just behind, trying desperately to find a way through. Suzuki hopes look like they're with him.
Rather, you can see he picked up Maverick Vinales and then Vinales as well loses another spot to Taka Nakagami through turn.
From his grid spot, he's 14th. He's just one place ahead of Valentino Rossi, Petrucci and Joan Mir, the world champion.
First man into the 39s. Blistering speed this from Oliveira. 2.5 seconds clear now. Franco Morbidelli. Vinales, as he tends to so often do, he's going the wrong way at the moment.
After the mistake from Pol Espargaro into turn 1, he's recovered, can even get close to Miguel Oliveira.
Pol Espargaro then's got all that hard work to do all over again now, having lost that place. Nobody else anywhere near a 39 at the moment.
Here comes Pol Espargaro. That was coming up the inside nicely of stepping for his 6th podium in 10 races. He now hunts down another
long time ago, and he's riding a truly brilliant race at the moment. Zarco's trying to close down on him, but
who landed pole position yesterday, his first ever pole, looking for win number 2, and across the line here, a 40.2
status in Portugal, hasn't he? Miguel Oliveira, he's just going to be cementing that. Cristiano Ronaldo might be the two-legged star.
It's back through, so Quartararo then 8th, Rins in 9th.
Yeah, Fabio Quartararo, not a race he was
to turn 5 we go. Rins really close to the tail here of Fabio. You have to get that squeaky clean to pull it off.
And at the moment, what this means is that the Triple Crown is going to elude since the halcyon days of Casey Stoner back in 2007.
Something just to remind people about, tyre life wise. really badly in Valencia. It happened in both races. The pace dropped off a cliff. It was in Valencia full stop, but it's something worth noting that both Morbidelli and Miller had far better tyre life.
2.9 seconds clear. Franco Morbidelli and Jack Miller behind this man, Oliveira, have just had to set their personal Oliveira, who's brilliantly gone back into those 139s. That's outstanding pace.
Yeah, he's a class above the rest. Marquez has made some places up. He's just gone through on Dovi. Aleix Espargaro has now passed Maverick.
Disappointing for Joan Mir, that disastrous 20th in qualifying. He's 16th at the moment, and he's got a long gap to bring.
Quartararo, who are on board with the Frenchman. It's looking like being here. No top 6 since Catalonia.
Well, Pol Espargaro is the man on the charge. He's recovered after that mistake at turn 2 exceptionally well. Pol Espargaro, that was the gap the Aussie had over Pol Espargaro.
Yes, and the two Honda riders, Crutchlow and Bradl, have their hands full as well. Out front is Miguel Oliveira. Here's the helicopter. You can't even see Miguel. Across the...
What Morbidelli and Miller do, they just cannot run the pace of Oliveira. Simple as that. He's just operating on a completely to what at the moment is 9th place. Taka Nakagami trying to fight his way through.
Quite a bit of weakness. No problem for Franco Morbidelli.
No problem.
He clatters through the arm of Pecco Bagnaia.
That's what we thought may well have happened.
That's not looking very good. Damage, doesn't it? Or something horrible.
Painful ending to 2020 for poor old Pecco Bagnaia. That's his 4th DNF in the last 5.
Only by a 10th. We will keep our eye on it, but I don't think there's any major drama at the moment for the Portuguese man. Jack Miller.
Yeah, Miller has got a very comfortable buffer back to Pol Espargaro of 2.6 seconds. Pol Espargaro.
There is Fabio Quartararo behind Rins, and Nak is the fastest man of that group at the moment. So they're all queuing up Miller as well.
Yeah, it looks like Ducati are going to be constructor champions, denying Suzuki the Triple Crown, and what an Valentino Rossi in 15th place. Maverick Vinales 14th. What an absolute nightmare. So good in FP1 and FP2, and right now he's struggling to keep himself inside the points.
Yeah, it's a hard watch. Nakagami and Alex Marquez in the battle for 9th. There are no battles to watch out front. Miller and a 3.1 second back to pole.
And Miguel Oliveira has just set another fastest lap of D. Well, at the moment, he's riding that KTM on rails. He's just disappearing out of sight. Franco Morbidelli reach out and touch Fabio Quartararo, and at turn 3, the tight right-hand hairpin. Nakagami worse for another 2020 factory Yamaha.
He's trying to retaliate though into turn 5, desperately since winning 2 races at the start of the season. So side by side, the Honda and the Yamaha, and Nakagami finally manages to make the move stick.
Yeah, a few races ago, with more information on what happened to the very unfortunate poor Pecco Bagnaia.
Yeah, he told his team, they just told me that endlessly painful.
That doesn't sound great, does it? Poor old Pecco. Shoulder injuries are a nuisance for any Motogp.
Alex Rins on his way to Barcelona tomorrow for a consultation about whether he needs shoulder surgery after that horrible accident.
The battle for 2nd now, overhead. At the moment as things stand, of course, Miller in 3rd would give Ducati to
keep the bosses happy. Jack was desperate to hand the victory to Pramac. Ducati, of course, still mighty close to it last weekend in the closest finish we've had all season. It was a nail-biter and a thriller with Miller and Morbidelli last week. Long gone. He's already halfway down the start-finish rate, while Morbidelli and Mir are coming to the final corner.
And imagine the seconds. There is Morbidelli in 2nd, Miller in 3rd.
Yeah, it's stabilised between that top 3. They all did 140.1s on that. It's now been picked off by the now former Moto2 world champion Alex Marquez. And it becomes horrendously painful and uncomfortable. There's another incident as well involving Mir. 16th right now.
The front, wide again, another mistake, another error from the number 44. And his chances of victory are already Crutchlow. So he's gifted it back to him again. Bradl's right on their coattails. Then you've
really exciting battle, this, isn't it? Raging for 4th place is Advantage Espargaro, Crutchlow, and then Bradl keeping himself firmly, bringing Rins and Nakagami back into the hunt as well.
The thing is about never having been to a circuit as well.
There to be the drop. Fabio Quartararo talked about it yesterday, saying that this circuit, of course, without the data and information and the expected. Quartararo though 12th, Vinales 14th, Rossi 15th.
Find a way of getting through on Franco Morbidelli. You're looking here though at this huge battle for 4th place. Heads that battle from Cal Crutchlow in his final race as a full-time rider. Then it's Bradle. He's still just turned 9 this morning in warm-up.
It's all looking quite academic in terms of runner-up in the championship. Franco Morbidelli's got that one. Honda was ripped off in that crash at turn 9 this morning, so to jump back on, that's the way he ended warm-up. To go in, brilliant job by Stefan Bradl. Alberto Puja's spoken in glowing terms about the job he's done this year, stepping in to replace
Charged Fabio Quartararo. Yeah, and conventional wisdom would hit some decent pace. He'd just taken his brother Luca Marini for 12th. Times indeed for Valentino Rossi. I think he'll be pleased to get out of here. And through he goes. Bagnaia up into 5th place now. Luxury position, is it, on one of those just crossed the line to the 40 flat, which when you consider his physical condition and the length of time he's been out of the saddle, yeah, and he's been asked some massive questions here. A tough examination he's passing at the moment. Who's crashed out? Who's crashed out? Oh no, it's Alex Rins! Do you know he's crashed out! Steve, sometimes here in Portugal, yeah, no surprise to see the information being given there to Fabio Quartararo. He can breathe, he's 4 points. He can't do it. Bagnaia nicks the inside line at turn 5. Perfectly executed move. Place. Classy ride this by Bagnaia. Oh no! Zarco's gone down. Zarco, the World Championship leader, is now down. Yeah, pretty forgettable weekend then for Pramo Ducati. No Jorge Martin after his high-speed spill yesterday, and that from the Portuguese Grand Prix, and he is absolutely inconsolable. Some big names have crashed. How on earth has he even started this Grand Prix? His pain threshold off the scale. Morbidelli, and I think his predicted pace was. It's been absolutely astonishing. Another good ride by Aleix Espargaro on course. Quartararo makes it 2 out of 2. Outstanding from the Yamaha man. Bagnaia from 11th. Just mistake when he went down at turn 5. That left Quartararo comfortably clear at the head of the field.
Thank you, Wade.
Big congratulations to Fabio Quartararo, and it's the Ronaldo celebration. Fabio Quartararo, whereas previously he'd say, "Oh, I hope to see you in the press conference tomorrow," he said.